Hello everyone, it's your boy Lost Mind Lenny, and today we are having a different kind of video than usual. I'm going to tell you about my experience of how I switched from wildrift to regular League of Legends. I have to let you all know that this is not going to be a full review, but more what I noticed when I switched. That's why I'm not planning to make a long video. Let's dive straight in. Who am I? How long did I play wildrift? And why I decided to go back. And yes, I'm going to explain that later what I mean by that. Okay, so who am I? I'm a wildrift player obviously, and I played the game for nearly 4 years. I mostly played it casually by doing PvP and ARAM, but towards the end I also played ranked and got to Diamond 3. It felt like I could reach Master if I had continued, but I'm going to explain that later as well. I really liked wildrift for the graphics, because it looks very visually appealing. The models look amazing and there are many events that normal League didn't have, like the Hextech T-Rex for example. The gameplay also wasn't bad. I really loved how easy the game was to understand. The matches were short, which makes it super ideal if you maybe have to wait for something or if you're bored. The item and character descriptions are short and the games themselves are full of action. What I liked less at higher levels was the lock-in mechanic. If you wanted to target an opponent, then you had to drag the attack button. By doing this, a target mark leaves your champion and you have to aim it at the thing you want to attack. This can suck because it's hard to aim at the specific person you want to hit in a chaotic team fight for example. What I did to improve my ability to target opponents was adding the preset to press their portraits on the screen. But even this is not reliable because the faces only appear when you're close to your enemy. Lastly, your teammates are generally bad too. This game can still hook you up with trash teammates even if you are Plat or Emerald, meaning that the skill ceiling is kinda low. Now, why did I go back? Well, to answer this, I first played normal League with a friend. But I got cooked so hard and the community was kinda harsh on me, so I decided to play wildrift. And I have to admit, it also made me toxic, but it also prepared me for normal League. But the biggest issue why I'm coming back is because the game takes too much storage on my phone. I have an iPhone 11 with 64 gigabytes of storage and the game is almost 20 gigabytes big. That's huge for a phone game. I also run it on low settings, but the phone still overheats and the performance is dropping, making it really difficult for me to play at my best. And I know iPhone 11 is pretty old at this point, but I don't care, 20 gigabytes for a phone game is still huge. But that's why I'm switching to normal League until I have my new phone, but then I'll still probably play both. Back to normal League, everything felt really familiar but also easier because of my experience in wildrift. Farming, killing and understanding my games overall were way better than when I first played it. I was happy to see some items like Void Staff because it had been removed in wildrift for a long time, and I also finally knew how to cook with some of the champions, which felt really satisfying. In 3 days, I've maybe only lost 2 games and won the rest. Filling the champion roster was also way quicker because many champs are cheap compared to wildrift where any champ costs like 5,400 blue essence. This game also gives way more blue essence too, which is really nice. For now, I do have a bit of micro/mechanical issues because I get lost in team fights often, and due to the lack of experience in normal League, I often use my abilities out of panic. But for the rest, it's pretty good. One thing I feel like wildrift did better was the swapped camera feel in PvP and ARAM. Also, some passives for certain characters were way easier to follow. For example, Darius Hemorrhage. In wildrift, every time you hit your enemy, a red dot shows up under your HP to track how many more hits you need to activate your passive. This is really helpful and convenient, and I kinda miss that. Another thing that I also miss are the items like Gluttonous Greaves giving 35 attack, the most attack out of all the boots, and 7% Omnivamp. This item feels too good to use. Also the boots of dynamism, giving 30 attack and 10% armor penetration. Those items are amazing. Well, those are my final thoughts. To answer what maybe some people are wondering is, am I putting one above the other? My answer is no. They are both great and have their own strengths. Wildrift is amazing if you don't have a lot of time to play League, and League is amazing for more complex competition and more content. So it really depends on the player's preference, but I would say they are both amazing. Well guys, this was the video. I kept it short as promised and I only felt like sharing my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like please. Maybe also leave a comment in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you for watching and I'll be seeing you soon. Riot, please add the Twisted Fate Stargazer skin to League and also the Chroma Mythic version. I'm begging.